Welcome in, everyone, to the HurricaneKaz podcast. It's episode 217. No Brady Brunch intro because, half the family didn't come to the second family vacation. But it's myself, Caleb Peng, joined with HurricaneKaz, PP Steve, Tristan still kind of enjoying his post-Worlds traveling, so he can't make it. And then we have Wildcat Dad and Staffordshire from the BTW podcast here to join us for kind of our official post-Worlds recap and draft recap. We didn't really talk too much about draft in our last episode. Last episode was just the four Battlecast co-hosts in a hotel room. So we curious to hear also about your thoughts, both of you guys' thoughts on Worlds, because I'm sure the experience could vary depending on that. But yeah, how you all doing? Well, we'll start with Wildcat Dad. How you doing?
Oh, doing well. Happy to be back. Thank you for having us again. Enjoyed my Worlds viewing from home. I just have one complaint.
We
have been out-caped. How are we out-caped?
Out-caped?
No, Cape. Where was you and Butters' cape?
Okay,
come on.
Look, the cape was something, I thought me and Butters, black suits, bow tie, very suited up affair would be good, but the capes were kind of wild. They don't sell capes at my Hollywood suit guy,
Also for the record, I saw those guys in the hall, hall B where the main stage was, and they did not reserve their performance just for the cast. They were walking down the aisles just sweeping their capes like wild.
Oh, they're characters for sure. I mean, all the Unite casters are really, really fun to hang around, but those two in particular are a lot of fun. In a way, I think Dupe Snacks is how he is on broadcast is how he is in person too. There's not too much separation in terms of his personality there, which is great. But yeah, those two definitely killed it. Anyway, I can settle for second best dress maybe.
It's okay. It's okay. Yeah. I love our Go-casters, but we're never going to live up to Unite, and we shouldn't try at this point. Just let them have the crown.
They're a little too. They are definitely extravagant on another end. I will. Yeah, assuming if me and Butters can run it back again next year, we will do our best to do something. But I don't know what to do. What do I call my suit guy? I'd be like, yo, do you have any rocket ship shoes you can fly in on? I don't know what to do.
You need a giant hat.
He needs a giant hat to match Butters' height.
Yeah, dude, that.
Yeah, right.
Bring me a box next time, a ladder or something.
I literally, as soon as I saw that image come up on the screen, even in the stadium, I was who let this child in here?
This is why every time when I cast with Butters, I sit in his seat first and bump it all the way down, bump mine all the way up, and we could kind of slightly match it on the desk, but I can only do so much in that. I mean, I told him too before we went live. I was like, hey, you gotta do a wall sit, like a half squat this entire time because this looks bad. He obviously didn't care for that. So
he was like, nah, it's fine.
Yeah.
The best I can give you.
Yeah, I'm not even the shortest go caster too at the events. If he was paired up with Amanda or Inadequates, that would have been even more comical. But well, we'll see how much I could grow in the next year.
What was funny is how it made it just made everything about your fit to seem like it was too big. Your bow tie even started looking too big to me because I was like,
okay.
Oh my God.
No, the bow tie is intentional. It's purposely called an oversized bow tie. The bow tie is supposed to be.
I know.
Yeah, but it was purposely meant to be bigger than a usual bow tie. Now, there was not supposed to be a 6'5" giant next to me in contrast, right? To make it look comical. Because, of course, he has a regular bow tie, so his bow tie looks even smaller, right? And, of course, it looks small on him. But anyway, that being said, Stafford, how are you doing?
Great. It's been a busy week. I was at the dentist for 3 hours yesterday, so that was fun. But it's been super busy, and I've had the last 2 days off, so I later on did nothing today. I am one Ludico less in my account. But besides that, we're good.
Why did I think it was a Lucario? I guess it was a Ludicolo, right?
Yeah.
They have similar vowel sounds.
Dude, was there a single Shadow Malamar at Worlds?
No.
Is there a way to check that?
I looked it up yesterday on DracoViz. There was one Shadow Malamar registered. They just didn't show up to the event.
Wait, who was it?
Asper Shelto.
They screwed you over on purpose.
Someone
was the rest of his team kind of wild, or was it just
a little bit? It was a lot more. I mean, I think there was a Basti on his team.
Actually, he definitely wasn't going to run that from real.
There was a regular Malamar that finished, I think, 68th.
Yeah, that's not bad.
But it wasn't Shadow, so.
Do you remember who that was? I'm just genuinely curious.
I don't know. I looked up in DracoViz yesterday when I was looking at
our
draft results on our show.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So Asper Shelto's team with Shadow Malamar in it, it's just the copy paste from his Bologna team. So it was the one that was like in RK9.
Oh, he ran that at Bologna?
Yeah. It was legit at Bologna, wasn't it?
Well, no. Shadow Malamar plus a Bastion's crazy.
Oh, no, there was no Bastion.
Wait. I think it was a copy paste team. I'm so confused though.
Oh, yeah. There wasn't a Bastiodon. He's in another team. It's not.
Oh, there. I see. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, the person that ran the regular Malamar for 60, tied for 65th was Doggo Fursna. It's a Japanese player.
I want to know how many times they brought Malamar into their games is the real question.
Yeah. So they went 2-1 against Allen, 2-1 against Chen Yu, then lost to Kakuzu Toho, and then lost to Katanari. So he beat the 2 NA players and then lost the 2 Japanese players. Well, he went 2-1 or 1-2 in every one of them. Yeah.
The 2 North American guys are the 2 Johannesburg guys.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Good thing you weren't part of that trifecta for him.
Yikes. That's pretty funny.
Ooh.
Yeah. But I don't know how much this Malamar had played because he faced 4 different Fortress.
Probably didn't show up at all.
Yeah, every single team had a Fortress that he faced, and then every single team also had a Fairy type. So
no fun at all.
Maybe didn't make it so well, but that's a tough bet. You know, speaking of tough bets, Anicor, I did shave his head yesterday.
Oh, you shaved his head.
I shaved it. Yo, Caleb Peng,
Looks
man,
fired.
Renaissance man. I could do a couple of different things. I shaved it, but I don't have clippers, so I used like a safety razor, like you use for your facial hair. I used that. Admittedly, it took a little longer than I thought it would because of that. Guess all of you guess how many minutes it took me to shave his head from start to finish. 35. Okay.
15.
15. All right.
25.
I'm just going to spit it. Let's say 26.
26. It took me like about 45 minutes.
Oh my god. Why?
From start to finish. Because it's just like, you would think, right? In my mind, I'm like, oh, just like a couple, like, you know, his hair's not that long and stuff. But you kind of have to go over the same area like multiple times. It's like, imagine if you're painting a room like black, you had to do like multiple coats, right? That's kind of my best analogy. I don't know. But I want to make it clean too and you know, like there's no like patchy spots, right? Honestly, his head's not bad for a shaved head. Like he kind of has the head shape for it, so
he can pull it off.
His hair was already quite short. When y'all were talking about shaving heads, I'm like looking at Anicor, like, how much hair is he really going to be missing?
Yeah, his top of his head's already thinning a little bit. So I was like, dude, you might as well stop holding on to every strand you got left. Like, just take it off, you know? He's like, yeah, I might just go back and forth between it. So, anyway, welcome back to your homes, Steve and Kaz. Hopefully the travels weren't too bad.
Oh my god.
Well,
you go first, Steve.
Yeah, so I'm down a suitcase. My luggage is still.
They still haven't found it?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So my flight back from LAX to Sydney, I was flying straight out of Sydney to a work conference. So like different airlines, but I'm flying into Sydney and then I'm flying out to somewhere else. And so I get to Sydney and, you know, start seeing a bunch of people that I recognize, like the TCG guy, Brent Tonneson, was on my flight. And so like we say, hey, we're hanging out at the carousel. Everyone's getting their luggage. The luggage stops coming out. I still don't have my luggage. Like, that's weird. And so I mentioned to Brent, I was like, hey, so I my luggage might not exist. And he's a very well-traveled man. He attends 5 million regionals a year all around the world. And he's like, brother, you got to go to lost luggage like ASAP, man. you got to dash. It's like, all right, fair enough. And they go over there and they're like, yeah, you're on our list. Suitcase didn't make it. We don't know where it is. It's like, oh.
We don't know. Like, we just don't know.
No, we know that it didn't come out to this carousel, and that is all we know. So that's cool. So then I'm like, well, I've got to go to this work conference. I don't have any changes of clothes. This is going to be bad for those guys. That's for sure. It's going to be a little bit nightmarish. And it's been days since, and they still don't know where it is. So that's cool.
So you're going to be buying some air tags next trip.
Yeah, that is definitely on the list. Brand new. But yeah, all of my my competitor backpack is in there. All of my clothes. Which, let's be clear, I mean, like, I'm wearing a Rambo t-shirt at the moment. I only wear like 6 shirts. It's actually, it's Rambo. Like a boss. I bought it.
You lost your 7th shirt though, the competitor shirt in the backpack.
Yeah. All of my Pokemon shirts, like all of my Play Pokemon shirts, all of my like previous Worlds shirts, they're all in there. So I'm like Pokemon merchless at this point. The Wilma plush, all of it's just hanging out in that.
Dude,
backpack.
I'd like getting the phone stolen bad in Brazil, but that's a lot worse. Losing, that's a lot of it's a lot of money.
A lot of stuff in there. I did already sell my competitor cards, so that's the most valuable item, I guess.
Wait, what was the value for them? Out of curiosity,
I got $650 USD, which I know most of the Go players were getting scalped pretty hard.
Anicor sold his entire backpack and the cards included for $1,000.
Yeah,
which,
man.
Zephyr's like, yo, I need to qualify next year for sure. And definitely have an air tag inside that backpack.
Well, see, I've never flown on a plane before.
Oh,
okay.
So, yeah, never.
Oh my gosh.
San Francisco would be my first flight next year.
Oh,
dude.
I'll tell you what. Qualify, and that flight will be free.
Unless you're like Steve.
You're based out of Kentucky, right?
Ohio.
Ohio. Yeah.
I'm the Kentucky guy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was like, one of you's from.
So NIC not be in Ohio anymore, so I'm sure a big bummer for you.
Yeah, when I started playing PvP is when they moved it to New Orleans.
New Orleans, yeah.
Oh, bummer.
Could have been 20 minutes from my apartment.
Well,
no.
But still, both of those, like, you can probably get at least a direct flight, to San Fran from like Louisville or Cincinnati, probably. So.
Yep, that New Orleans Breeze is direct out of Louisville to San Francisco, and it's cheap.
Nice. Yep. Yeah.
So I will be in San Francisco next year, one way or another. I will be in San Francisco. Probably not as a competitor because actually require competing.
You never know.
I showed my.
You be climbing the leaderboards these days.
I showed my husband all the pictures I was taking, and he was like, "Oh, that actually looks way cooler than I thought." And he doesn't even play Pokemon, so he was like, "Yeah, I'll go next year."
Oh, heck yeah!
Yeah, I had planned on coming this year, but that's also just happened the same week that my daughter starts school in Kentucky. So I'm like, I can't.
That's fair, yeah.
I can't do that. Like,
see, you have your priorities straight.
Yeah.
I don't.
But I had
like, I wasn't gonna say nothing, Steve, but I was just implying it.
Yeah, see, like I took everything I got from the Pokemon Center, I made fit into the backpack that I got at the Pokemon Center, and I brought that as my second carry-on, and I checked the bag that was just my clothes. I was like, if they get lost, they get lost.
Well, here's the thing. The original plan was that I was just going to carry the competitor backpack and I was going to double backpack it. But the truth is that I know myself well enough that if I have anything else to carry than the one backpack, I will leave it somewhere. I carry like a laptop to an event, and it's a very important laptop for multiple of these regional broadcasts, and I've left it in a seat or in an airport multiple times. I've always got it back, right? Like I've always been like, 5 minutes later, I'm like, oh heck, and I run back. Literally on this trip, I did leave my suitcase behind on the train, and walked away, went to the next platform, and then had to sprint back. I'm very prone to leaving stuff places. So I was like, look, if I double backpack it, I am leaving one of these backpacks away. It's going to be safer if I put it in my suitcase. No way it can get lost if it's in the checked luggage.
Steve,
what an idiot.
I got a task for you. It doesn't have to be like the official Apple AirTag. It could be some third-party company. Our first sponsor should be a company that makes some type of AirTag to a location like device.
Tile.
Yeah, Tile.
Yeah.
I feel like it could go a long way for our podcast. Just for you at a minimum.
Yeah.
But,
it would be huge.
a couple people listening to this podcast might get some themselves to be like, yo, I don't want to be like BP Steve next year at San Francisco.
Yeah,
I feel like also next year there's going to be a lot more spectators because the venue's bigger, and then they're selling tickets. They're selling spectator tickets in September, right?
Yeah.
It does seem like that. It does seem like you will be able to buy your passes. But the thing is, they're kind of dividing the experience too. Like they're turning it into kind of like a Pokemon convention with maybe if you want to go check out the arena with the competition, you can add that to your ticket. Which I think overall is a good decision. But it is a little frustrating I think, like how slowly they're releasing information about it, because we're gonna be able to buy it so soon. I think a lot more people like wish they knew exactly how it worked. It's not
I'm sure they can't really announce too much. I mean, we barely find about like GBL, maybe Pokemon we'll get Go updates for like until like a week or so before.
Maybe we'll get more news in September.
Possibly.
My travel was not so bad. I didn't lose anything, fortunately. I did, however, get stuck in the air for an extra like 2 hours. The weather all the way from LAX to ATL was good until we got to Alabama, and then there were a bunch of storms. So Atlanta just stopped accepting arrival flights. I literally watched on the monitor because you can watch the flight data or whatever. I literally watched the cities as we circled. We just kept circling. 3 times we circled Atlanta before they let us land. And then we were on the ground in the storm, and they were like, oh, the gate isn't working. So we're just going to sit here. And they can't get anyone out to fix it because the weather's so bad. So we're just going to sit here until the weather clears up. And I was like, clears up! I'm from here. It will not do that. Let me drive us in. Jesus.
I've had so many of those experiences coming in and out of Atlanta. It's still not as scary as I was flying Sacramento to Seattle one time, and we circled for a solid 45 minutes. And those planes don't have a lot of gas in them.
I heard about other flights after we landed. I heard about other flights that had to land in other airports. And I had that thought too while I was in the air. I was like, oh, maybe they'll land us in Chattanooga or Birmingham. Oh God, how much will that be terrible for me to call my husband? Like, hey, you know how you're waiting at the Atlanta airport to pick me up?
We got the fun announcement of, we're on fumes. We're going to have to touch down in Portland. Hope you guys aren't too concerned in not having too much of a wait or don't have too much time between flights because you're not going to have much anymore. And I'm like, oh God.
Yeah, they didn't even there were people on my flight that had connections too, and they didn't even let them get off first. They just let it be. The way everybody gets off row by row. And there was a guy in the row behind me who was obviously very hurried. I was like, just go in front of me. I don't care.
So, Stafford, are we selling air travel to you? Is that
are we? How much do you want to love getting on a plane right now?
I mean, I went both regionals I went to last season. I drove to. So maybe I drive to San Francisco.
No, look,
I would never.
Let's all just get in the car together. We'll make a big road trip out of it. It'll be fun time.
Do we have to bring Jaraka though?
Dude, that's quite the pit stop to pick up Jaraka from Atlanta. You could probably pick up Wildcat that, but I don't know about everyone in the southeast.
Here's the thing:
you come and pick me and Sushi up, and then be like, "Oh, we're out of room.
No room."
Jaraka, where you at?
I used to fly 140,000 miles a year for work, and I lost my bag one time. Don't let us scare you.
Yeah, I've flown a lot and lost a lot. So just assume you're not as unlucky as me, I guess.
I think you need a different airline, sir.
Yeah, possibly. Wait, what airline did you do? Was it Qantas?
It was Qantas. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Qantas is like the one I flew when I went.
So did you immediately call up Greg from Australia?
Oh, dude. Okay, so yeah, Greg or Fortois, he works at Qantas, but he
does.
Yeah, he does. But he is a legend because I lost all of my clothes, right? They're in this suitcase. I was prepared to change once I landed. He happened just before we left to give me and Debbie each like this like Qantas business class pajamas that I jammed into my bag, and I was like, oh sweet, like I probably won't use this anytime soon, but nice to have. And then turns out I needed some PJs. So not only shout out Greg, but also shout out to the Battle Cats podcast, because I would have had one shirt, but thanks to the Battle Cats podcast merch, I had a second shirt.
Oh, that's just been through some stuff already after shortly being owned. Wait, so quick question. You already finished your work conference?
Yeah. I'm back home now.
Oh, so you went straight from Worlds to a work conference and now you're back at home? Wow. You had a busy week.
Yeah, you're telling me.
That's kind of wild.
I did get to the conference late because, Pokemon's more important. But I made it eventually.
That's fair. I
got there.
Hopefully they didn't have a dress code because you were pretty casual.
Yeah.
You're like, were you literally like walking into a room of like polo shirts or something like that?
It's a little more, it wasn't super formal attire. Okay. So was I perhaps a little underdressed? Maybe.
It happens.
It happens. I didn't
get over it.
I didn't look weird out of place.
Here's another question. How many Battle Cats t-shirts did you like sell people on? Well, this shirt, I got this from my favorite
I can check
podcast.
who put in an order too, just in case.
Well, unfortunately, I actually the Battle Cats shirt is the one that because we wore it, together, and then I went straight to the airport. So I just that was the shirt I wore on the plane. So that's the shirt that was like well used. It was the other shirt that I had that
missed advertising opportunity, Steve.
I know. But I think I had to like double wear a shirt, and so I had to keep like a jacket on zipped up so it wasn't clear that I was wearing the same thing as the day before. But
wow. Well, glad you're back. What do you call it? Anicor's actually about to board his plane in a bit. His flight's at 4:00 or something. I told him, I was like, "Oh, you guys should hop on this episode." He's like, "Bruv, this data I guess it's not it." I was like, "Yeah, it's fine. I get it. His data is pretty bad." But yeah, so a lot of traveling these days. But I'm glad that for the most part everything worked out outside of Steve's luggage. But
one day it'll turn up.
Hopefully, yeah. Keep us updated though.
It'd be nice.
I really do hope it turns up since it had all your, your merch in there.
Yeah. Well, it's got most of the stuff that I use. It's got a
like
lot.
Those. It sounds like your daily t-shirt rotation is in that suitcase.
Yes.
So what do you do these days? I assume you still have a little bit at home, right? That you could wear, or
like I'm now like I own more shirts. It's just that they're the ones that I never wear. Like it's the get home from the gym. I've got 2 hours before bed. Just throw in something that I'm not going to wear. Put on the Rambo shirt, right? It's the shirts that I usually don't go out in public with. So
now you got the Rambo shirt.
Yeah, I've already warned everyone at work. I was like, "Hey guys, you're going to see me in some different attire real soon."
It doesn't seem like your work has a strict like attire dress code either, right? If you're wearing just
you put high vis on when you need to, but otherwise it's chill.
What's high vis? What's high vis?
High vis But do you guys not call it that? It's like
I don't know what.
Imagine
what
like
are you about?
fluoro orange metal band, like silver bands across it.
What is happening?
He's talking about like construction vests.
Yeah, like construction vests.
High visibility vests.
Yeah. That's what we.
I was so confused.
My brain was not there.
Well, I honestly don't know what you do on a day-to-day basis. So like, this is not like the outfit I expect you to be wearing at work in general, for starters.
Do you call it high visibility? Like, do you say the full word?
No, I mean, I don't reference these ever. So I think we usually call them safety vests.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think
construction safety.
The word
vests,
safety and construction are like what we would normally use to describe that.
Gotcha.
But if I Oh, there's actually a question on Google. It says, "What do Americans call high vis?"
Okay, so that's how you know we're behind the curve.
Yeah, and I think we just don't abbreviate it because they just say high visibility clothing. But honestly, if you told me that, I probably still wouldn't really know. I would probably know a little bit better, but yeah.
It's a construction vest or a safety vest. That is what I'm going to call it every time.
100%.
But the top and bottom.
When you said it, I thought I knew what you were talking about, but I didn't want to be wrong.
You didn't want to probe. I probed. I got you all covered. Yeah. All right. Let's talk about Worlds because I know we rambled on for a bit. But
tangents number 1 and 2.
Yes, a couple. We kind of got some thoughts on Worlds from Kaz and Steve and myself from last episode, but just out of curiosity from Wildcat and Stafford, kind of what was Worlds like for you all as spectators here?
Me personally, I think this is the best Worlds cast we've had so far, and I'm not even just saying that because I'm talking to Caleb.
Give me all the brutal honesty. I'll take it.
I thought the production value is what made it so good this year.
Yeah.
The graphics package, please God, let us keep that. That top 12 graphic was so clean. Mm-hmm. It works so well. And the Pokemon flying in as the transition screens, and just all that stuff was so high class. And I don't know if you guys saw this, because I know you guys didn't get a chance to watch probably the other streams a lot. The other streams were using like the Go PvP mons as their transitions.
Yeah,
I'm like, let's go.
They were all using sort of a base set. I think because the Annihilate, the Moltres, and the Shadow for Alligator for sure. Like those all come from Go. I think primarily this year.
I talked to VG caster and they're like, "Oh, Annihilate is kind of meta relevant for us." I was like, "Yeah, I mean, you keep telling yourself that."
Annihilate is in Go for sure. But there was also a Rillaboom transition, which I was like, fine. "Oh, that's VGC for sure."
Yeah. Well, we had 3 out of 4. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I talked to Daniel Senior after. I was like, did you do this? Was it you? It's like
there was also a Psyduck wave. So there was like
that's it from Unite.
Yeah. So it was like 3 out of 5.
Yeah. I don't know exactly how it went behind the scenes, but it kind of looks like one of those times where like you're on a group project with people and one person clearly put in a little bit more effort. This is no shade on the TCG and VG and Unite producers and stuff. I don't know how that processes went, and but there was definitely a lot of meta relevant things for Pokemon Go.
Yeah, that was the first thing that stuck out, and then the segments. I loved how cringy the segments were you guys. We're just pumping up some of these battlers that just unfortunately did not perform up to what we expected to. Like poor Ramberto, you guys ran that segment where you guys were like, "Oh yeah, he's the guy to watch," and I'm like, "Oh, how bad!"
Did people say that for Ramberto? I know I didn't say that.
Or no, it wasn't Ramberto. It was
Marto.
Marto.
Yeah.
It was Marto, and I was like, every time I see that segment, I just felt for him. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, that's tough. I'm convinced that if you have the best season going to Worlds, you'll guarantee go 0-2 at this point.
The next time we do this draft, all my picks are going to be like from the bottom of the
list. It seems like it, honestly.
Hey, that's why I thought PvP Steve was a good pick, but
I
mean, you got more points than Marto.
Yeah, that's a fun. But anyway, it was production was definitely good, and hopefully it just continues to get better and better, right? And in that respect, I feel like we had a lot of good segments. There's only like one really, really massive delay. I feel like
on Friday when stream died.
Oh, did that happen? No, I didn't even know that.
It was like for 40 minutes. It was they showed every single regional just about highlighted.
Oh yeah. That was that was either Friday or Saturday. I think it was Saturday. Oh, was it Friday?
Yeah, it was like 45 minutes to an hour where we just sat there and
it was like me and Butters casting, right? Like it went in the middle. Yeah. Because I remember we were waiting so long. We're in the back just like doing little photo shoots in our fits and stuff, like just killing some time. And then like I remember because they did like a last year Worlds recap, right? Mm-hmm. And then they did like a last year Worlds like something else. Like I don't know. I just saw like Yakai versus. Like,
it was Yakai back to back.
Yeah,
it was like back to back. And then they went through every regional.
Yeah, pretty much every regional because they're killing time. Like, oh, this was the Sacramento regional. This is the other thing, and they're showing like every like PvP tip video. Like Zionic had a little video in there. Like it was, I don't know what happened there, but either way, yeah, that was probably the longest delay. Probably why that day went kind of long, but. I'm glad there weren't no tech issues at grand finals because I would have really imagine that. Like imagine game 5 there's a tech issue. Oh man, that would have been so bad.
Yep.
Can I say when they went to game 5 and the reset, you hyping it up as the last match, I had chills. I was like, this is great. This is amazing.
Yeah, there's something really to be said about how I think I don't know if I was rooting for anyone in particular, but I know Potamon and EU already has a lot on the spotlight. So I think in a way, it would have been really nice for Beelzeboy to win it because there's not enough featuring of players from APAC or India in general. Mm-hmm. And apparently he's the first ever world champion of any esport from India, which is kind of
Is he really?
That's awesome.
Yeah. Apparently, based on what I saw,
they're going to build him a statue.
As they should.
That probably makes sense though, right?
And it'll be a squirrel trapping someone.
Him and Moltres.
Yeah.
Phones mobile is the first, I guess, big tech that is really popping off in India, and so I guess it's mobile for one, and then.
But yeah, I don't know. But yeah, this is apparently the first one ever, so pretty dope. And so, obviously a lot on the line for India, but when it was about to go, I could tell, right? Towards the end of game 4, I was like, oh, there's no way. There's way too much health on this Credility to fast attack down. And I was like, I'm kind of hoping for that game 5 because you just know that's it, right? Before it's it could end at any point in time for Beelzeboy, right? For him to take it all. But yeah, going to that final game 5 was pretty dope. I was pretty happy about that too.
What was it like in the arena as a spectator? Because I know the views weren't probably as good as we have in previous with the screens. How was the actual arena experience watching that? Because I know the stage looked awesome.
It was, yeah, so Caleb was casting, and me and Steve were actually sitting together in kind of there's the floor row, and then there's a middle section, and then there was the third floor, basically. I know that I saw pictures from people on the third floor and they had a really good view of the floor and all the effects that were playing out over the floor. We couldn't see that as well, but it was still a great view from where we were. Yeah. And it was super exciting to be there in person. Yeah, I really enjoyed watching it, and it made me even more excited for next year.
Yeah, it was kind of hard to see the floor, which in some sense you would imagine that the closer you are to the stage, the better seat it is. But in reality, I actually think that you would have had a better experience higher up in the sort of more, the nosebleed section. Where you could actually get that proper sky view of the floor. Because I had a bunch of I don't know how well it showed up on the stream, but on the floor of the stage, they had all of these graphics. They had the Pokemon they were using. They had when there was a shield that, show something under the players. They had health for the other games were, I would argue, a little bit cooler than Go was. But they had all of these effects that we couldn't really see. And so
we could see them on the cube screen. I think that's where I actually saw the effects the best.
Right.
Is if you looked up and watched the screen instead of looking at the actual people. But I still think it was cool. And for Go, I know they would display, while they were debating what Pokemon to pick and take with them, they would display the whole team of 6, and they would have the typings, and the coloration behind the Pokemon was affected by the typings that Pokemon was. Credility was green and brown, and Golisopod was that limey green and blue. So that was really cool. I did see I wasn't in the stadium for VGC, but I heard that when there were Pokemon that used effects like Trick Room or grassy terrain or things like that they would that terrain would take over the whole floor as well. And I was like, that is so sick.
That's awesome.
I told
clean.
I told all my friends that were also they don't really follow the competition as much as me, but they were kind of watching from home. I told all of them, I was like, this is literally what I imagined the games like feeling like when I played them, like as a kid, like playing through Red and Blue, playing through, you know, Diamond and Pearl. Like this is like what I imagined it was supposed to be like, and that's like how it felt to be there in person.
Yeah. I'd say honestly the view was really good, like from spectators. So like I think next year the arena's even bigger, right? But I don't think it'll I think from a viewer experience it's just as good as like watching it on your own TV at home. But if anything, like you're also surrounded by the crowd and the noise and the hype is like it's kind of crazy. So obviously I didn't get to see it from a spectator view during the Go Grand Finals, but I did watch the VG Grand Finals and then obviously closing everything, and it was nice. So you could see everything pretty easily. So yeah, the floor though, TPCI Pokemon Company went crazy with that one, and it was really good. Yeah. But yeah, the crowd was nuts too. Like honestly, even while casting, like have like noise canceling headphones, but like I could still hear the crowd through it, right? And it was yeah, it was a ton of fun. I just request that they have a box for me next time or something, a step stool, you know, something.
Someone get this child some assistance.
Yeah, I'm sure part of it they're like, oh, we're scared he's going to like pass out from screaming so much and fall over, and that's much further fall. I will say too, I don't know if I said this on the last episode or not, but my director was in my ear after like that last final match. I was like, and like Beelzebub, it's Beelzebub, you're 2025 world champion. I was definitely like running out of steam by then, right? And he's just like, right after I said that, my director's like, Caleb, just breathe. I was like, don't worry, I'm not going to pass out. Like, but I do need a breather. Because in my head, like, I was going to say something along those lines anyway, but like, it's just like the sequence of like back and back and back, and like also like going all the way to like 9 full games was, honestly, I think compared to past years, my voice held on a little bit better. But we'll work on it for next time. Yeah, super excited though for next year, and excited to see you guys there. And hey, maybe Stafford will be running the Shao Malmar himself. You know,
if it's good.
Okay, I have a question. I have a real question for you.
We have quite a few more updates until then.
So. Yeah, you never know. Yeah,
wait, so much could change. 4 more or 3?
Yeah, well, that's what Master Me here said when I ran into him at the hotel after event. He's like, honestly, I don't even care like what the GBL update is until the March one, because that's the only one that impacts me. And, I mean, in a similar vein, like for Worlds,
fair enough.
We won't know until June, really next year, if it's going to be relevant or not. But actually, genuine question for you though, Stafford: if you did qualify to compete as Worlds next year, would you be like, hey, I'm gonna run something like the Shadow Malmar of this season, right? Something really off meta, just because you want to try, you believe in it, or
probably just,
or would you?
That's not how I know I am.
Yeah.
I love my spicy Pokemon.
Okay. You're going to be the Dragapult, the Tauntaun Batus of NA.
It was funny going to Milwaukee. I was like, I'm going to bring Malamar because it fell off a little bit going up to Milwaukee. I was like, no one's going to run it. And they had like 68% usage day one. I was like, where did it come from?
Well, Milwaukee this year's coming up soon, right? Are you planning on going to?
No, I can only go to one before the new year because of off days with my work. So I'm going to Pittsburgh because it's a closer drive.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Oh, I didn't even realize it was closer drive. I would have thought Milwaukee.
It's like 3 hours versus 6.
Oh, okay. Yeah, my geography is real off. I mean, I feel like that's your place to shine because it's the first, brand new meta too. So we'll talk more about the upcoming meta because we do have the move update to go over. We didn't get to go over it last week, so we'll go over roughly what we know. But of course, energy values can differ quite a bit. So that being said, all right. I'm curious though about taking a look at our draft recap. So I will just post a quick photo of the actual draft into our group chat so we could reference that in case anyone doesn't have it saved. I definitely had to save because I was really following along Anicor's bracket. I was like, I don't even care about mine, but Anicor's though, we definitely and I think there's some changes here because some people picked up some different stuff. Shout out to Fish on a heater who unfortunately can't make it today, but he did tally up the points based on the point system we did last year.
I already resorted it from like highest to lowest as well. If we truly want to know who came in first, who came in last.
Yeah, wait, could you paste that in the chat real quick?
Yeah,
you're
sure.
resorting. So a quick recap of how the points go. So if you get 33rd to 64th place, you get 250 points. 700 for 17th to 32. 800 for 9th to 16. 1200 for 5th to 8th. 1250 for 4th. 1350 for 3rd. 1500 for 2nd. And 1000 points for 1st. And, it would have been embarrassing if none of us drafted the actual top 2, but we did. But yeah, Beelzebub was not even picked up round 1. He was a round 2 pick, and then Potamon was also a round 2 pick. He was the first. It was the first round 2 pick though from Speedy Chief. But yeah, so we clearly know what we're talking about. But yeah, so we'll go in reverse order here. Twastell, 500 points. At the lowest, unfortunately. I think he had the lowest last year too. You know what I think his issue is? He picks all the big name players. Like last year he had Doombug.
Oh yeah.
Wow, Jeffs.
I remember last year he was stacked.
Stacked, right? On paper he looks crazy strong, right? Same thing with his draft this year. Elam, Leeds, Wadaj, SJ. These are all obviously great players. He also spent too much on the NA soil, I feel like this. Because NA did probably the worst when it came to the very high up, just like last year. So Tristan, time to go international here next year.
Next year, he's only picking APAC.
What was his best performing player? None of these made day 2. He didn't have a single person make day 2. He has 500 points, which means...
Was it Jane? Was it SJ?
I think it was Elam.
Is it Elam?
I'm pretty sure it was Elam.
He got 2 top 64.
2 top 64.
Yeah.
I think Elam was one of them. Yeah. Mm-hmm. No top 32. Well, good thing he didn't offer to shave his head.
Well, poor Wadaj didn't even he forgot to hit submit on his team sheet or something. It was bad.
Oh, see, I thought he just didn't get a chance to come.
I thought so too, but he actually went there. I heard he got a round loss and then he lost in the loose bracket right away.
That's
I don't know. I mean, we haven't seen him compete in months, so he might just be there for the vibes, which is fair enough.
Which is fine because the vibes were pretty good.
That's true. Okay, so who?
Steve was next. 1450, but that
14.
was only just barely below me with 1500.
50 points more is 15 points. 50 points more.
Me and Steve had very similar brainwaves. I think.
Yeah, not good.
Well, you picked a lot of the homies, is what I remember.
I did. I picked a lot on just vibes, right?
Yeah.
I wanted to I had a lot of people that. I've been very fortunate to meet and become friends with, and I was like, you know what? I believe in the power.
Yeah, Axon was your highest performer,
idea.
Right?
Axon was my highest performer, but also I did pick Tristan, but Tristan was unfortunately unable to compete, so I picked up
Katanari, the Japanese.
Katanari.
Katsunari. He did pretty good, right?
Yeah, and so I was like, woo! Thank goodness. Yeah, he and Axon actually went pretty deep on day 2. So
yeah, so you had 2 day tours.
That was my saving grace.
And that's all you had. They were the 2-point earners. Everyone else, didn't make it a top 64.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Unfortunate.
Steve had. Who do you have make top day 2? Andres.
Andres made day 2, and then I think I got top 64 with Sejun Park and Nighttime Clasher.
Dude, Sejun Park is nuts. Honestly, I want to see him compete more. I mean, he had to take a crazy match against Ash and Ash for starters, but he made it close, right? And Ash and Ash, one of the best players in our circuit. So,
yeah. I mean, when I was watching that set, I was like, oh man, there's my draft on screen. I mean, it's an awesome match.
Awesome match.
Sejun Park's awesome. Ash and Ash is awesome. I was like,
I don't know who I was rooting for there because I like Ash and Ash a lot, but how often does Sejun Park compete in your respective Pokemon game, right? Next year he might be back on VG or TCG, right? I would love to see him back on Go again, but we'll see how that shakes out. But yeah, I just wanted to, that would have been a really good dark horse bracket run, but. And of course you picked yourself too, which
bad idea.
If you can't root for yourself, then who's got your back, right?
Yeah.
I get it.
No, it's a vibes choice, and I appreciate it.
Yeah, I don't regret it.
But, damn, I came in 4th, man. I'm in that bottom half.
I know.
I did not do so hot.
Literally, when you look at it like this, like the 4 Battle Cats hosts are on the bottom, and then everybody else did better than us. So what does that?
So
what does that say about our coverage throughout the year,
dude? I don't even know. I thought I did. Honestly, the people that I wasn't sure about were the ones that did really well. Like Teddiness, I wasn't really sure, right? Because he's only done so well in Thailand, but like at Worlds, different story. But he made day number 2. Philbeg made day number 2.
Yeah.
And
if anything, I think all of our drafts next year are going to be like all the APAC picks first. Like it's going to be the opposite.
I picked a lot of APAC though.
You did.
I just didn't pick the right APAC. Yeah. Pokemon Moneymaker I thought would do a little bit better, but unfortunately not. And then Doombug World's just not his stage. I guess I don't know. He's a great player though for sure, but Yakai unfortunately didn't make it as far as I hoped either. But that was kind of a gamble first pick, I guess, because we haven't really seen him perform at all year. But I think if I had the choice, I'd pick Beelzebub first next year too. So,
oh really?
I want that repeat world champion storyline. That'd be so cool, man. That'd be so cool.
Well, that's why I picked Axon. You actually
Axon was a good pick though. Yeah.
Going back to our actual like draft tracker document, you did pick the most APAC players for total on your list.
Teddiness,
and and like it was Speedy and Fish and Anicor that all like they each picked 2.
Mm-hmm.
So you by far picked the most.
Yeah. Unfortunately not good enough. But Anicor only 100 points ahead of me, but he shaved the head, so I feel like he won the battle.
That was a whole different bet entirely.
I won the war. Yeah, his we looked at his like top 10 without like if there was no draft. He's like, oh, my hypothetical top 10. First off, he only named 9 players for starters, and then out of those 9, like I think only 2 out of the 9 would have made it still. So it would have been just Beelzebub and ZZ.
He didn't have Beelzebub.
No. It is like hypothetical. Like if I could pick anyone, right? So it just would have been Beelzebub and ZZ that made the top 32. But
I think as soon as the brackets came out, he was like, "Oh no."
Marto taking the early 0-2 loss was definitely a bummer. For him.
Was
a bummer for both Anicor and Marto, I'm sure. But it's Worlds, man. I just you never know. Yeah, and his whole roster showed up. Like he didn't have to make any substitutes. Everyone on his roster did show up, but he only had 2 that made day 2. It was wait, who were the 2 that made it? Was it did Kazim make it?
Yeah, Kazim made it, and
Kazim made
today too.
Yeah,
and
he had a second day 2. Oh, Emilio.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Honestly, a lot of the people that made day 2 were like quite unexpected too. They're definitely a lot more like they're like maybe like they're all good players, but like not players you would expect to make top 32 out of this field.
Look at our draft, right? Look at all of our like first 2 draft picks. Most of them crashed and burned.
That's true.
Like the next few on the list, there's quite a few good performances in there. Quite a few day 2ers. So
my first 3 picks all made day 2. The rest of my draft didn't.
Hey, but we'll get there. But I mean, you still picked well though. Yeah, so you're right after Anicor at 2750. You had ZZ that made it. Colin made it as well, right? And then Hard Jeff who made that third place run. Dude, I feel like if you get in that top 3, top 4 picks, that's a lot of points. That's a lot of extra points.
I will say, Fish did the math for Stafford. If Harjeff won, he and I would have tied. I was the biggest Harjeff hater ever at that moment. I was like, normally love the guy. I'm sitting there, it's like, you cannot win this. You have to lose this.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we didn't actually put anything on the line for this draft, but maybe we will for next year. Maybe we'll make it fun. Didn't Anicor get you some points, Stafford?
Yeah, he did. I'm pretty sure he did.
See, I love those where like you should just draft yourself, Anicor. You would have got yourself some more points.
That was a total meme pick too. Mr. Bald Man got me some points.
Yeah, more than Marto got Anicor points. That's crazy.
Yeah, because Anicor was just above Caleb with 2,000, and then the next up in 4th place was Staffordshire with 2,750.
Kind of nuts.
And then Wildcat had 3,400.
Yeah.
And had to do 2 emergency subs. Well, technically 3, because I've had literally 3 different people that were back to back to back the same slot. It's like, oh, I'm not coming now. I'm not coming. It's like,
wait, so who did you end up subbing out of this original?
Bopper didn't make it. So originally Bopper replaced
Bopper
SS
was at
Thorn.
the event, I think, right?
Yeah, you picked SS Thorn, and then
I took Bopper instead of Thorn
then he decided not to compete.
Yep.
So
then I took Bulk in that slot.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then Mini Coke didn't make it over.
Okay.
So I took my best pick in Maximilian.
It was Swagron. It wasn't Mini Coke. It was Swagron.
Oh, is it Swagron? Sorry.
Swagron can make it.
Swagron.
Oh, yeah, because Swagron was working the event, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I ended up having Tauntaun, Steiner, Arrow, and Maxi all in day 2.
Dude, the Maxi run was crazy, honestly. Yeah. That was...
And Arrow was really good, too. I was so thrilled. Because
his loss was so hard to watch. Because you could see it in his face. He knew what was happening, and he just couldn't avoid it. I'm those are always the worst ones, when you can see it on the competitor's face that they've realized what's happened, and they're absolutely powerless to stop it.
Yeah. It's like...
He only lost to the only 2 Indian battlers.
Yeah.
Well, he lost to Beelzebub Boy and Mihir.
Yeah, he got knocked out by Mihir.
Yeah.
Wow. they're good players.
But I know that he spent the first day of the event that he was there grinding for that Shadow Steelix, and thank goodness.
There were, honestly, I will say, especially because last year I think we had a Rocket Takeover as well at Honolulu Worlds, and this year we had it at Anaheim. I'm really hoping we have it as well for San Francisco, because dude, the amount of shadow stops I grinded was insane. I got some, I ain't gonna say which Pokemon, but I got some really high rank ones. I was showing Michael Staranka from Scopeland, and he was like, yo, what is this? I was like, be on the lookout if we face each other in GBL. I did get confirmation too, talking to different Pokemon Go staff there. They are officially under Scopely. I think they just need to probably rename the Niantic Help Twitter account or something, or X account. But
so somebody doing the social media is like, nah, not yet.
I'm not ready to change the username yet.
But we don't want that heat yet. We're okay. It's okay. Let that heat fall on where it's at.
So just above Wildcat Dad in second was Speedy with 4,650.
Yeah,
and then
that's pretty crazy.
Coming in and a hot first is Fish on a Heater. 6,550 points, and he noted he was 7,350 if he'd kept Magic Mason instead of subbing him out.
Yeah. No one picked Magic Mason, unfortunately. But that's pretty nuts. Looking at Speedy's team too. Obviously, Potamon got him a ton of points.
And Corlash came fourth.
Yeah,
second and fourth. That's actually kind of crazy that he even lost a Fish on a Heater, because that's so many points there. He got some points from Salted Koji, right?
Yes.
Did Salted Koji make day 2 or?
I'm pretty sure he did.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so did San Hudigo.
Yeah, San
With
that
Hudigo.
wild Turtonator
amazing
pick.
Team.
Crazy.
Amazing. And the Toad Scroll? What?
You know what's funny? Even the best drafts don't even have 8 out of 10 in day 2. That's how bad of a bet Anicor made. Even the best
Fish
drafts.
came close. Fish had 5 out of his 10.
Fish
Are we really calling that close?
It's closer than Anicor.
Closer, yeah. Dude, I'll make that bet again in a heartbeat next year. I'm just going to have someone else shave Anicor's head, because I don't have another 45 minutes to spare. And then Fish on here with the best draft. Paul Lasha, I think, just missed on day 2, but got him points.
Yeah.
Beelzebub Boy obviously won it all. Lao Jess made top 8, right? So really impressive. Valiant Vish made day 2. Dude, Valiant Vish is crazy consistent. He'd be having a baby and not playing the game for half a year plus, and then he still consistently makes day 2 at Worlds. It's kind of nuts.
Yeah.
He doesn't win Worlds, but getting constantly top cut at Worlds is nuts. I don't think Jai or Dilep got him points, or Haydonis maybe at some points. I don't know if
Haydonis got knocked out by Sajin Park in loser 6, I think.
He was top 64, Haydonis.
Okay.
Yeah.
So some points. Master here, obviously top 8s. Zardy got day 2. Wow, that's actually insane. And then Ventuski to round it out. I don't think Ventuski got much points, but definitely not day 2 points. But that's, like you said, 5 day 2ers?
Yeah.
And then I think it was Haydonis and Ventuski who were in losers round 6 when they got knocked out.
Yeah.
So I mean, he was super close.
For the record, we also kind of asked, like, okay, if you had to pick someone else's draft other than your own, only Anicor actually picked.
I was looking at that too. Yeah,
and I bet he's thinking now, like, oh,
dude, I got it wrong because I thought Tristan had the best draft, and that draft did not look good at all. No, honestly, I mean,
but me and Tristan both like Speedy's draft.
Yeah.
And, like, he
because
actually did really
Speedy
well
did have a
as
really
well.
good draft.
He had a really nice.
No one had faith in mine, and I came in third.
No one had faith in mine.
No, no one had faith in mine either.
I had faith in yours. Yes, I did, Kaz. I picked you.
Oh yeah, you did.
Yeah. But
I'm very sorry.
I'll be honest. Like, looking at Fisher's draft initially, I didn't really have a lot of faith in his. Obviously, I didn't vote for his, but like, I looked at his draft, I was like, I don't know about that one. Like, a lot of these players, like Valiant Vish, like he's taking some time off and stuff. Dialab's good, but he's like not like always like a top cutter, right? Haydonis he had that really good Vancouver run, but outside that, like, I think he's good enough to beat certain players, right? And like Massimi here is not tested. Tuski, I haven't seen, like a lot of these player names. I was just like, I'm not sure, but dude, Bish on a heater, man, he went crazy with this one.
Okay, I just counted. He may not have got 8 out of 10 in the top 32, but he did get 8 out of 10 in top 64, which is
that's still pretty impressive.
It's still pretty good.
That would be a bet I would be worried about making. But yeah, now in context, Fish on a heater got more than 9 times the amount of points that Tristan got.
He could have literally had a draft of one person, and that one person be like Beelzeboy, and he would still like just crush like 4 times. Just true.
Yeah.
The fact that he was almost 2,000 points ahead of second place is nuts. I didn't even have 2,000 points myself to begin with, total. But yeah. Well,
you can take Fisher's 5 highest earners out, and he still beats Tristan.
Oh my gosh! All right,
that's crazy.
Don't do it to him, Steve. He's already dead. Anyway, but yeah, it was a fun draft. Maybe we'll put something on the line next time. I don't know what, but that could be fun. But yeah, wild stuff. I even messaged Anicor about this. Right, I won't name names. Right. Sorry for this slight technical difficulty. It's HurricaneKaz's year this year for
me now.
Tech difficulties.
That's what I get for having faith in you, Tristan.
Yeah, the cat ate her homework, and somehow it caused this. But anyway, what I was saying is I'm not going to name names because I don't want to make anyone feel bad. But I was talking to Anicor, like going into day number 2. I was like, before day number 2, right? We're talking about like the draft, right? It was like, before we even got up to Worlds, because he was with me for like a couple of days, so we're just chatting about all things. And I was like, man, some of these draft picks are kind of wild. I was like, I don't think they're going to get points for these people at all. I was like, I'm surprised they picked this like at this part of the draft. He's like, yeah. He's like, I don't know, bruv. Like, I feel like, some of these people, like, they used to be good, but they're not good anymore, right? And then someone makes day number 2 out of the people that we didn't expect. And so I sent him the tweets, right, in our DMs. I was like, we don't know expletive, apparently, right? And he's like, yo, let's think of the same. Well, it's a different game, I guess. I was like, yeah. I was like, we clearly don't know what we're talking about. But, honestly, there are certain people that I feel like overperform at Worlds compared to the regular season, which is not a bad thing. I think it's actually a pretty impressive thing, I feel like Beelzeboy could be one of them because Beelzeboy got what, like top 8 at India this year? He didn't make top 4.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
he got top 8 in India, and then he wins up against everyone in the world. That's a pretty big overperformance, I guess. I know it's one tournament.
It's just really.
He's got a face of like disbelief, right?
I don't know.
Maybe all the Indian battlers are just cracked at this game, and we don't even know because we only see 1 or 2 a year.
Well, we already talked about that, I think, a little bit on the previous episode that we recorded in the hotel. How like, it's just so difficult to predict Worlds because yes, visibility is a bias, but even if you take that like out of account, it's still a very different tournament, and it's just you can't really know how
for Podamon, apparently
how it's how it's going to shake out. I mean, yes, some people are just like really, really good, and I think that Podamon's definitely one of those. And watching him even go through day 2, it's like, yeah, he can't be stopped.
Yeah, I know Beelzebub won it all, but like in my opinion, Podamon's had the most impressive season by far, right?
Yeah,
compared to everyone else.
Well, I was watching day 2 was actually the most that I sat down and watched the stream like from the audience, and I was sitting next to Ashton Ash actually, like watching towards the end of day 2, and this was when we were basically figuring out who the top 4 were, and it was still between sort of Beelzeboy and Patamon and Corlash, was doing really well. And he was like, oh, I really want Corlash to win, but I just think Beelzeboy and like Patamon are too good. They are too good in this moment right now. Like they are locked in, and I'm just not sure like who can top that performance that they're giving right now. And it's like, yeah, that's how every time you look at these tournaments, that's just how it ends up. You can't predict it. It's just going to be wild every single time, I think.
I'll be fair. When Beelzeboy miscounted and lost his Moltres in the reset on game 2, I literally, looking at his face, I was like, oh God, this is done. Like it just sucked his soul out of him. But to see how quickly he refocused, and I talked about this on our show, I give him a lot of credit, because if you notice, the longest lock-in for him the entire series was that game 3 lock-in. And I think it was just literally, he's like, I need a minute to compose myself because I know I just screwed up. And I need to make sure I don't do it. Because you could see the difference in his face, like going back into game 3 versus the end of game 2, knowing to recompose yourself that quickly, because those things are happening fast on stage.
And not to mention, he got Ape onto Dilly in game 3. The only time he brought Ape in the whole grand finals.
Yeah, it was. He had the perfect alignment there. Yeah, it was a tough team composition for Patamon, and only someone as good as him could force it into a game 5 and make it that close. And honestly, the game 5 was like, it was still not bad, like he had the matchup he wanted, but it just, I don't know. It's hard to play into that, but, I don't know. What a World's performance though. And, I'm looking forward to the draft next year. And, I'm definitely not making a bet with Fish again on if Steve will draft himself or not.
That was a terrible bet.
Are you going to South Africa again? Because I'm sure I don't know. You might not know what's the casting like for Oceania, but I feel like if anyone's casting Oceania tournaments, it's probably going to be you, right? So,
well, I mean, why don't you come to like Vegas or something? Come to like some other regions tournaments outside South Africa. Yeah, well, my actual my limitation this season is going to be leave from work. So like I'm going to LAIC because I have the travel award. And while I would love to, the weekend before it's Vegas and it's Buenos Aires right next door. And so last year I did the Buenos Aires LAIC. Right. And I would love to do that again this season, but I just don't have the leave, so I can't do it.
Oh, I was going to say, you could go from Vegas to Buenos Aires to LAIC.
I don't know, the Vegas, Buenos Aires are the same weekend.
Well, then you go to Vegas and LAIC.
Unfortunately, I just don't have to leave, so I don't know what this season's going to look like yet. But you never know. I'm sort of last season I didn't think I was planning to qualify until April. So you never know what this season's going to look like.
Wait, did the guy that won that was it Johannesburg, that tournament?
The South African guy?
Yeah, did he end up competing?
Nah,
I couldn't go.
He did.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, I think it was.
So there weren't really any players from South Africa that attended, right?
That's
Worlds.
A good question. Let me just check if Shep actually attended. No, I think you're right. I don't think anyone from the South Africa attended.
Huh.
But, I mean, to be fair, one of the guys that qualified from South Africa was like one of the TCG players that played in Durban that had he was running Whiscash. He was running like triple water.
Oh, but he qualified from South Africa.
He qualified because he placed 4th in the Durban tournament.
Oh, man.
And, got like 300 CP.
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
Yeah, kind of fun.
NA's got to get their stuff together a bit, particularly the United States, because Lau just got fifth, but he's representing Canada. But we've not been doing so hot since World
Since
2023.
Yeah.
Yeah. We need Ruby Smash to come out of retirement.
I will say the most shocking performance for me was out of NA, and it was Trent.
Oh yeah.
I've never seen him be that locked in.
You think Trent over Firestar?
I was gonna say Firestar.
Trent's had more accomplishments than Firestar.
He has, but I've never seen him that locked in for that long. Typically, Trent does what Firestar did and gets knocked down and has to go through the losers. For him to go that far on the winner side and be that locked in the entire time was really impressive. Like he picked up a new gear to what he's had in the field.
Yeah.
Firestar, I've seen him make that loser side run now 15 times. It feels like it just it's like,
but
Firestar's on the loser side. I don't want to play him.
100%. This was his best performing tournament to date at 7th, which is crazy. He also tied for 7th in his first ever regional in Charlotte, but that's a way smaller field, and that was back in 2023.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
See, I'm a fan of those losers brackets run myself. That's what I like to do. I
don't like to do it, but sometimes you gotta do it.
There's only one person I've ever beat on the winner's side.
Oh really? Who was
that? A Wildcat was the person who I beat on the winner's side in Louisville. My first regional ever. Yeah.
By 0.2.
Yeah. My Ariados.
Our Ariados versus for Alligator matchup was our CMP. The difference was
0.2.
I was so mad.
Victory there.
It's okay. The winner had to face Iomero.
Which unfortunately you lost to him twice. I mean, fair enough. At least it's consistent. You do lose to some tough players. Snots right off the bat in round 1, and
that was wild.
Zuoken, those are not easy opponents. Okay, well, we'll see at Pittsburgh. And
hopefully I don't run anymore. I've faced 3 Chicago Stars battlers in regionals, and I'm 2-1 against them.
Yeah. That's wait, who's third?
It was
AJ,
Zuoken, and then I faced Spandilico in Louisville.
Gotcha. Yeah. It's I feel like especially based where they're based, you probably do run into it more often than not. Okay, well, I mean, speaking of Pittsburgh and next season, let's talk about it too, because we did have ourselves some slight moveset reveals.
Slight,
maybe
right?
More than that. We didn't get a chance to talk about it on last podcast, so let's talk about it on this one. But overall thoughts, if you could name, we'll just kick things off. If you could name one of your favorite thing about the update, what would it be? For me, it's the 45-second timer.
Yeah.
But what about you all?
Yeah. Is anyone going to say that that isn't the best thing in the sense?
Okay, fine. Let's say
the
actual move changes or new moves added then, because I think most people probably agree that that's pretty nice.
Turt getting a bait. Turtonator getting a bait move is massive.
Oh, what did it get? Dragon Claw?
No, it got Brutal Swing.
It also got Dragon Claw too, though.
1. Yeah. 2-2-2-1 pacing.
Yeah. If you're still running Incinerate, I guess.
So Dragon Claw's energy increased, so it might not be like as much of a bait.
Yeah.
But getting the Turtonator buff is nice. It's honestly, I feel like the thing that holds it back the most is the fact that it does have Incinerate. It's a great move, but it's just like it's so easy to dance around if you're a good player. But okay, Turtonator with Brutal Swing. What about everyone else?
I think if Dragon Claw is what it's suspected to be, Komo is just. I'm excited to use Komo.
Komo does
that clanging scale is the upper hand.
That is and it got metal sound too.
Yeah, I think you meant Dragon Tail, Stafford.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Did I say claw? Yeah, I meant Dragon Tail. Because if it'll be 4-3 to clanging scales, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which is absolutely absurd.
That is pretty nice.
I thought Pachirisu getting like a coverage move was pretty cool. Hyper Fang, so it doesn't have to run pure electric moveset.
It's sad that it makes it worse, though.
Well,
I don't care.
Not a great type.
I don't care. Coverage.
It is coverage.
Fair enough.
It is coverage. What about Steve?
The truth is that this happened last year as well. When they post all those Worlds move updates, I'm sitting there kind of just like, I cannot absorb all of this information in one go. I don't have a concept of what the meta is going to look like, so I don't know how much this means. So like when they say like, oh, Weather Ball is going to get buffed, right? I read that and I go like, okay, I know what Pokemon have Weather Ball. I know that they're going to be better than they are, in a vacuum. But I don't know whether that Weather Ball buff matters if like, say like Ninetales, for example. Ninetales, Weather Ball getting buffed. It's got Ember getting buffed as well. So I'm like, okay, that seems good. But then Empoleon is one of the biggest winners of the new meta. And so I'm like, well, does Ninetales matter? And I don't know. I'm maybe a little slow to the game when it comes to these move updates because I just have to wait and see what it actually looks like in person.
It's true. It's still a lot of conjecture right now. And it's really difficult to see, and more difficult, I think, while you're sitting there and everybody around you is like screaming every time something comes on the screen.
That's true.
I will also say that Z's Wireless wrote up like a really nice thread on Twitter that kind of analyzes the groupings that are most effective. And that kind of analysis to me was actually pretty beneficial to read. Just breaking things down, not by each thing that we read on the screen, but kind of like grouping the flyers together, who is most affected, grouping kind of the fires and dragons together, and looking at specific moves and who got them and like who it benefits most. So I would definitely recommend checking that out if you are one of the people still on Twitter.
I have a question. With the wider access to Drain Punch and Drain Punch still being a bad move, is it getting buffed next cycle then? Is that a wild thought process? That because they did this in the past with other moves.
Yeah, I don't think that's a crazy like suspicion to have.
Well, we haven't seen a Boom Burst buff yet, so that's that could potentially answer your question. Yeah, Como does the Loon Boom Burst.
It does have Boom Burst.
Yeah, so interesting times, but yeah, I'd say honestly, I'm super curious about how Charm is going to be. So Charm is doing less damage, but energy generation increased
by an unknown amount.
Unknown
amount. It's
unknown
a secret.
But I mean, Como's really feasting here because if you get rid of the Charmers, the fast attack pressure, it has a lot of play, I feel like, into the non-Charmer fairies.
And I mean, how much does an upper hand from Como do to Wiggly?
Probably a good chunk.
Well, I have great news, guys.
Wait, what? You can do a turn test right now?
It just went live. I just got into a remote one.
Wait, I thought it goes live over the weekend. It goes live now? Oh,
it's like 10 a.m.
Because Steve lives in the future.
Yeah. It's Eternatus Day, man.
It is.
I know one thing that Wildcat isn't happy about, though.
What's that?
Azumarill.
Why?
and how nothing happened to it.
How nothing
happened to it.
And with the new season we got, it's like, I'm still here.
Is it that bad of a issue, though? I feel like I don't mind Azumarill that much.
I'm just sick of seeing that stupid bunny.
If anything, out of all the relevant fairy types, Dene and Tinkaton being the other two, I live for a good Azumarill meta because that's just better play for Bastiodon.
I was also, I know it's probably not true, but we noticed they made a mistake and a typo on breaking swaps where it said defense, which we're assuming is a typo.
Oh, yeah.
They only debuffed one move. What if Steel Wing was not a typo or was not a debuff and it was meant to be an increase?
Oh, I see.
Mm-hmm.
That would be kind of crazy. But my guess is that one's probably intentional. You probably think like, who uses Stealing, right? Like nothing really right now.
I mean, we just don't want Skarmory back in the meta. I agree.
Well, no, not only that, right? Because Sky Attack probably got a buff, right? It's like hard to say. It's down to like 75 damage, but energy is. Wait, what does that mean? Wait, why is it down to 75? It should be. It does more damage, right? I think that might be a typo on your end.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's
okay. I was gonna say,
I caught all of them, but that one.
We caught one. But anyway, because Sky Attack probably got a buff because it's already been nerfed so many times. It's so bad right now. They're probably not going to make it like any worse. And my guess is not only for Skarmory, but Corviknight also has Steel Wing.
Yeah.
And Corviknight's like Skarmory on steroids in a way, right? So if Steel Wing Sky Attack, buff Sky Attack is now on Corviknight, that's like Skarmory but worse. So my guess is because they buffed up Sky Attack again, Corviknight's much more palatable with Sand Attack than Steel Wing. Because you just can't Steel Wing down like a jump bluff, right? Like you just do nothing there. So you're committed to throwing energy, which is we'll see. I mean, it has Air Cutter too, so maybe it won't even use Sky Attack, but that could be a part of it.
I think it probably will be an Air Cutter type guy, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes, I guess.
Yeah. When's that community day? Is that this next
30th?
Next weekend.
Next weekend.
30th, yeah.
Because I missed the last community completely, so I need to try to do better for this next one.
That community day is a bad day. That is the kickoff of college football, Pokemon. Come on. Come on.
College what?
You're like me, Wildcat, you know. We're just normal people surrounded by a bunch of nerds. We think we're nerds, right? You might think Wildcat's a nerd with his backdrop, but
nah.
we can't hold a candle to some of these people.
You can't see it anymore. It's actually out of. I was gonna say there's Kentucky stuff in my backdrop too. No, there's not.
Not anymore.
The other part of your life,
That one.
Yeah, I noticed that you have a World's Pikachu plush from every year too. That's a pretty. Oh, that's
there we
fucking
go.
Mask, dude. I should borrow that for my Bastiodon cosplay when I had a cosplay Bastiodon.
Yes,
that looks better than whatever mask I made.
This year's World's Pikachu coming. This year's World's Pikachu is coming, even though I did not like it.
But it's so cute.
I liked it more than the Yokohama one. Yokohama was probably my least favorite.
The one with the bowl.
Look, if they would have given it the leather jacket that was used for opening ceremony, I would have been all about it.
Yeah.
But the Letterman jacket just didn't do it for me. I was like,
that's fair. Honestly, my favorite of all time is still going to be the London Pikachu. Out of the since Go's been out. Yeah.
That one's really good.
That one's really cool. The Hawaii one was cool too, but like the London Pikachu was like, I don't know, it just felt a little bit different. But
I really want the Nashville Pikachu. If you guys have never seen that one, it has a guitar.
No.
Well,
But yeah,
they had a museum at the Worlds where you could see like all the Pikachus and like aesthetics from past Worlds. So yeah, you could see it if you went there, and it was really cool to walk through.
That Nashville one was so good.
Yeah.
Is that? I've just sent a photo in the Discord chat. I mean, loading. Is this the guy with the little like loot?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
that's the Nashville Pikachu.
It does have country vibes to it.
Yeah.
I don't know that the instrument looks a little bit flimsy, but
yeah.
I don't.
Also,
I don't
what is that hat? Is that supposed to be a cowboy hat?
I think it's a cowboy hat.
Supposed to be a cowboy hat.
They should just tuck their ears underneath it, you know. But
they tried.
Yeah, look, I honestly I ain't hating on it because the plushies have generally only gotten better year after year. So
yeah. No, I thought the costumes on the ones this year were really cool. I bought the Machamp and the Jigglypuff for a friend, which like the Jigglypuff just had a big bow. Like I didn't think that was that big of a deal, but
it's like the one we have in game.
Yeah, exactly. But the Machamp jacket was really cool. I will say that.
See, I like the Machamp. I just for some reason the Pikachu Letterman didn't do it for me.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought the Pikachu was cool because they all had like the symbol for their type. Plus, like the P, which I thought was really neat to give them all little individual touches.
This is new info to me.
Yeah. So, like, I bought the Machamp and the Jigglypuff for friends here in Atlanta that couldn't attend. My Pikachu, I actually got to Dancing Rob because they were out of the Pikachu when he did his Pokemon Center visit, and he has been collecting them also, like one from every world. So I was like, oh yeah, I'll give you mine. I bought all 4 of them because they were available. I want to make sure they go to people who want them, you know? So I got him to his like literally just in time before he went to the airport. So that was really nice. And I have actually the Fennekin with me here still because I had heard someone in Atlanta might want it, but if I end up with it, it's not the worst thing in the world. But
I got the Fennekin. I had someone bring it back for me.
The Fennekin has the little like sort of poodle jacket thing, and it's got like a little flame on it with the P over there. So it's very, very cute.
That's pretty dope. Wait, did you say your favorite moveset change, Kaz, earlier? Or
Oh, well,
I missed it.
I mean, I mentioned the Pachirisu because I think it's cool when like electric types get extra coverage. Just because
that
like,
thing had no coverage before.
Because so few of them actually do get decent coverage. But I think like the move update that I'm most excited about, I mean, I already talked about, Firo last time, so I'll mention a new one this time. I think Empoleon is going to be really, really good with Metal Sound. I think its pacing is going to improve, and just generally as a bird lover, I love Empoleon design, so I'm excited to have that water type back in the game.
It only got Metal Sound, right? That was the only change.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the Dropek buff.
Oh, Dropek. Yeah.
Dropek did get changed up to 70 power.
That thing is bad news for Bastiodon for sure.
Yeah.
Yes, let's go.
Look,
I've been running
usable again, but I just don't know if it's the right metaphor or not. But
I've been running Bastion Catch Cup, and just getting onto every single Giratina has been great.
I will say straight 5 pacing for Empoleon is going to be really nice.
Yeah.
That is pretty nice. Okay. Well, what walls off Empoleon?
What walls it off?
Yeah. What walls
water and flying?
No.
Is there anything?
No.
Let's see.
Lantern?
Something.
Lantern's probably your hardest wall.
Oh.
But is Lantern usable?
Dude, people are using Lantern right now in GBO.
Galarian, or not Galarian, Unova and Stunfisk.
No, but the Hydro Cannon is super effective.
Hydro Cannon is still going to destroy it.
Well, I think it's just Lantern. He's the guy.
Yeah, I mean, any Mud Slapper is like not gonna be nice to see, but you still can hit back, which is really good.
Yeah, I think so.
So yeah,
Gastro might be better. Gastro pace is better now.
Yeah. I guess it just doesn't wall it off, but it is still like.
No.
Wait, why does Gastro pace better? Because the body slam buff
and water pacing.
But the pace is the same.
Water pulse.
Oh, water pulse, yeah. Wait, but water pulse resisted though.
Water pulse ain't gonna do anything to Empoleon.
Dude, it's probably gonna be nuts, right? I get it.
One shield mud slap down.
You can try.
You must just throw Earth power at that point.
That's the most Gastrodon player thing ever said.
Yep.
They didn't change Mud Slap though, so Mud Slap's still just as strong as it is now. I don't think Nidoqueen will be the play, but we'll see, maybe. In a Empoleon meta? Yeah, Empoleon does look pretty
It's weak to other Mud Slappers, right? So it's like...
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Yes, reach out the ground types. So.
Caleb knows what my Mud Slapper of choice is now.
Oh, the Toadstool? Oh, boy.
Is it Torterra? No,
it's Toadstool.
Toadstool.
My biggest saving...
3,200 elo.
Yeah, my biggest saving grace is you didn't shield the Toadstool twice, because I was so cooked.
I finally caught my first Toadstool like at Worlds while I was waiting to go into the Pokemon Center with Ashton Ash, and we just swapped ours. And the one he gave me was actually quite good for Great League, so I was like, thank goodness.
I just need have one.
Now I just need like 100 candies.
Wait, Caleb, are you for serious right now? Because they were spawning all over the place at Worlds.
Well, not where I was at, because they were not in the venue. So
all over the place. I saw one the whole time, Steven.
Oh, yeah. Where were you at?
Anaheim, buddy.
Dude, you were bouncing between the IHOP and Denny's all weekend. Of course, they don't spawn in those areas.
That's so true.
Yeah. Every time I was like, "Where are these guys at?" Dude, I wouldn't be doing Tristan any favors if I didn't mention this, but Steve always complained about how NA socials are so weak, and we don't hang out. We have our own cliques.
He
didn't
even want to go.
He's like, and in Oceania, in Australia, it doesn't matter where you're from. Even Pokemon Moneymaker, he'll join us for socials and everything, right? Like we'll all do things together. So then, of course, on Saturday night, we're at the social. We're like, Steve, where you at? He's like, we're just at a Denny's. I was like, so what? Like, the social's still going on. Just come over. He's like, I don't know. We might go to IHOP after instead. And just like, just bouncing back between like two pancake places.
Why? Of all the wonderful places to eat in Southern California, why are you going to those?
Hey,
I'm not even kidding. But he actually was going to. Well, Steve's palate's a little different, I think. But,
I'm only hitting certain joints. I will say, like, I think that I no longer can dump on North American socials. Now, if I was there, maybe I could. Maybe it sucked. I'm sure it didn't. But like, in general, I don't think I can say it anymore. But it was unfortunately like on the Saturday. Obviously the stream went really late. Then so we were going to get dinner because the social was kind of annoyingly like an Uber away, and we had a pretty big group with us. So it was like, we can get multiple Ubers and get there, I guess. But we just wanted food ASAP. And then by the time we sort of finished food, it was like, 10:30, 11. And from the sounds of it, like, I think Amanda was saying like they got to the social pretty late. And by the time they got there, everyone was already being like kicked out.
Well, so she got there late because I got there late because I had to come back to pick up the Battle Cats merch and feed my cats. So it was like almost a 2-hour round trip driving back and forth in LA traffic. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was not. I'm used to it, but yeah, it's how it goes. So when I got back, Amanda and her friend, they just want to ride. So I was like, yeah, just meet me out here at this time. So I pick them up, and then we find out the brewery that everyone's at closed at like midnight, right? And we were showing up. We
midnight, really
rocked up at like 11:30 or 11:40, and it was like last call. But after that,
for the record,
well, yeah, but after that, we went to another bar after that. A sports bar that stayed open till 2 a.m. I still left at like around 1 or so because I was like, I need a Kaz Grand Finals tomorrow. And I need it
because I was in the group with you, Steve. We got out of the venue at it was like 9:30 by the time we got out of the venue, and everyone was so hungry that literally we were like, what is the closest dinner we can get?
Yeah. Literally, some of the guys like couldn't wait for the move updates. They were like, I'm so starving. I just need to leave now.
We were there late. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think unfortunately the social was a little bit too far and the stream went a little too late for it to be the easy go-to.
I did go to the one on Friday night. I thought that place, because it was kind of like a food hall situation where we could people could go get whatever they wanted, and then there was a courtyard outside. I thought that was really nice. Like when I went to, it was still an Uber ride away, but it wasn't super long, and I think that was a good place because people could just eat whatever they wanted, which was really nice.
Yeah.
To be honest, having to Uber anywhere was like, I was so, and I mean, Debbie can attest to this, but as soon as we got to LA, the entire time I was just complaining about the prices the entire time. I was just like, the Ubers are all expensive. The food's all expensive.
Welcome to LA. Welcome to the United States where travel is not easy. You're like, it's cheaper for me to fly to South Africa at this point than taking this Uber from LAX to Anaheim. No, but the Uber, no joke, right? $100+ Uber, right? From LAX to US.
It was $100 for me to take an Uber from Anaheim back to the airport.
Yeah.
It was
just,
no thanks.
Yeah.
The good news is next year you can just grab the BART and go on the train into San Francisco.
Yes. It's also like the airport's in San Fran, right? And the event is in San Francisco. Like Anaheim's not LA, I live in LA. Like I said, 2-hour round trip. Dude, I'm closer to Anaheim than the airport is to Anaheim. Like it's even further if you want to go straight to the airport from Anaheim. Yeah.
Oh yeah. The airport's an awful location.
Yeah,
that's not.
I would say the airport's not the best location, but Anaheim's definitely just not in the best location to fly to, right?
Yeah.
It's a great place to host the stuff, so no hate on that. But like, I feel for people that are traveling from outside of LA or SoCal, right?
Yeah, I heard a lot of people rented cars, and honestly, looking back on it, I'm like, that's so smart.
Might have been cheaper, right?
Probably would have been cheaper.
I would die if I had to drive in LA traffic.
Having actually, well, it's not too bad, but you get used to it.
I would have driven you, Steve. I can handle traffic. We got traffic in Atlanta. Okay?
I wouldn't be surprised if we have another Worlds in Anaheim down the road in within maybe the next 5 to 10, definitely within 10 years, maybe even within 5. So just be prepared. If London and Japan were anomalies, they've always been in North America and they've always been in the United States outside the one in Vancouver. And Vancouver's just way too small now for our current scheme of Worlds. I mean, honestly, based on the scale of Worlds, I'm pretty sure things will just get bigger and bigger,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So that's so it's just honestly, at the end of the day, if we think about it down the road, there's only a few places that they could probably feasibly host Worlds if they're still going for arena setups, right? I don't know if they will, but
there is some slight possibility in the sense of with San Francisco, they're clearly splitting the event, right? So it's growing, and now they're sort of splitting into two: sort of the competitive bit and the non-competitive bit.
Yeah,
and so they've already opened this door, right? To or maybe there's no venue that can do all of it in one spot, but maybe you're actually able to stratify it a little bit. You can have a little bit more of a even in Honolulu, they had the Hilton Hotel was a sort of a part of the world stuff. So it was already starting to get a little bit more spread out. It's like maybe that sort of thing, keeps on happening and it makes other locations more viable. It doesn't all have to be in literally one building. But
we get Chicago, World Chicago.
I've been in the airport.
That's drivable at least.
Yeah.
Chicago has great public transportation.
They do have great public transit compared to a lot of places.
Yeah, like I would love New York because it's public transit, but no, the pricing everyone would go broke trying to go to New York for Worlds.
Yeah, hosting it at New York. Well, flying in is probably not that expensive, right? They have pretty big airports. Right?
Yeah,
they've got 3 in the same area, but hotels in New York.
Oh yes. Yeah. The hotels
are really expensive, but you can. I will say, like, it is possible to do New York like on a stricter budget, I think, than LA. Because I lived there for 5 years and I've gone back to visit like several times. Like, I think it's very much possible to have a really good experience like on less in New York. The public transit is phenomenal. Like it's all great. Subway, bus, like, all of it is very viable for anyone coming from any number of different areas. The hotels can be pretty expensive. I will give you that. But you also have access to a lot of great food, and you can get a lot of great food for really cheap in New York. Yeah. So, and the Javits Center is massive. Like, they have their own Comic-Con that year, every year, that I would say probably is getting close to SDCC size. So I'll just say, I think New York could be pretty cool.
World's finals at Madison Square Garden.
Yo! Honestly, now that you say that honestly could be a really good idea.
Now
especially if they're going more arenas type style, right?
Yeah.
Scopely, if you're listening.
Well, this is like a TPCI thing.
Papa Pikachu.
TPCI, if you're listening.
Yeah.
I think that Newcastle would be cool.
that makes one of you in the world.
Maybe Sydney.
Dude, like, I feel like you're better off hosting in Perth than Newcastle at this point. But I'm just, shout out to Debbie Pebble, but
love you, Debbie.
Someone's got to have Perth's back, right? With all this Newcastle slander, I could not realize when you told me Newcastle is smaller than Perth. I was like, what are we talking about at this point? But yeah, well, I guess we'll be on the lookout for more of these moveset updates and see kind of how it goes. And especially the energy values. Next season should be pretty nice. I will say to give a lot of props to devs at Scopely / Niantic from this past year. I feel like every GBL update this past calendar year, or like since last Worlds, has been really solid. Like they make big changes.
One, but I disagree with the very
people
the
say why people go. I don't know.
Everything else, thumbs up.
You wear Wigglytuff Bastion. What you mean? What were you expecting to happen at Worlds?
No. I don't mean for my run. I mean for the meta in general. I'm not a fan.
I don't think it was that bad, was it? I
thought the meta was actually really open this time.
Okay,
dude. Yeah.
I spoke to so many competitors. They were all. No one was happy with the meta, man.
What did they not like about it? Last year's meta was way more RPS. You had Gligar, Chargebug, Skarmory as dominant, and Lantern. That was a way worse Worlds meta, I feel like, than this one.
But here's the problem is that we were going from the heights of Might and Mastery into this, where they just like it's like they looked at the Might and Mastery meta and just made it a little worse.
Claydol, Rock Tomb, Credilli, Rock Tomb Central. Like, that was so annoying to play into.
Seems a little derivative. But
I don't know. I mean, having played in that one and this one, I've only played in locals but I don't know. I kind of didn't dislike it. I mean, I know. I wonder, right? How many players that perform well at Worlds complain about the meta versus how many perform poorly and complain about the meta? Because I think there's a very strong correlation here.
Okay. To be clear, most of my combos were like before the tournament, but all the people that I'm like instantly thinking of that like didn't like the meta didn't perform great.
Yeah.
But
they got like a 1-2, right?
But I didn't speak to anyone that said, "Nah, this meta's awesome, bro." that didn't come out.
Here's the thing. From my conversations, I do feel like this meta felt a lot more flexible and a lot less safe. Like, in previous metas, there's always been things that felt really safe, really solid, like that players could rely on, and this meta doesn't really have that.
That Galarian Moltres felt safe for Beelzebub for sure. I mean, I'm just saying.
Yeah, of course. But it still had to deal with like a lot of threats, and it's not a very tanky Pokemon. So I still wouldn't call it safe. It's good into like Patomon specific team, yes. But I don't think it's necessarily like something you can rely on for the whole tournament. Whereas in previous worlds and in previous regionals over the past year, I do feel like there's been a lot more like consistency. This season has not felt consistent at all. Like every tournament, whatever region you were looking at, you were seeing very different Pokemon have a very different viability. And I personally thought that like as a spectator, like I was not a competitor, right? As a spectator, I thought that made it a lot more fun to watch because never like there were obviously a lot of picks that trainers would go with, but there was not really a guarantee across different matches, right? And I thought that made it a lot more fun, personally.
I feel like Cordeli was a guarantee. But outside of Cordeli, there wasn't any hard... But even with Cordeli, it was, well, which moveset is it Cordeli?
Yeah, do we have Bullet Seed? Do we have Acid? How does that actually affect this matchup? Because you could see, if they were running Acid, that it was very, very different to watch than if they were running Bullet Seed.
Yeah.
Isn't that 2 cents?
Yeah, I don't know. I for what it's worth, I was a big fan still. So,
yeah.
But
I call myself a fan.
Yeah, we'll see how the next one shapes up. But I think, especially with the charm nerf, you got rid of 2 of like the 3 deadly horsemen. I know it's actually like 4, but like you got rid of charm. Mudslap's still around with the Shadow Marowak. Bastion's still around with the Smackdown, maybe in full force. But you get rid of 1 out of the 3 in the equation. Razorleaf's been gone for like a year, so we'll see. What's it going to be now? Bastiodon double Mudslapper as Shadow Mudslap Nidoqueen.
I hesitate to call the charm a nerf because, like, yes, the attack isn't as high, but you do have better energy generation. So,
and if it's what we think it's going to be, straight 4s to Swift and straight 5s to Icy Wind on Wigglytuff.
You might
Bastion still be eating good this season.
I'm just happy there's 2 regionals before Pittsburgh, so I can see what everyone else is running.
Oh, true. That's actually a good point. That's actually really big, actually. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it won't be like the first tournament. Actually, you have to go in blind. So that
and EU always runs some spicy stuff.
Well, I mean, you go and run some spicy stuff too. But I know you were trying to run the Ludicolo.
Not anymore. He didn't get buffed.
What you mean? It's not that bad into Apollyon, right?
He has no love. They'll never give him love.
Yeah.
Not good into Empoleon either.
It's not good in anything.
Womp womp.
Yeah. Anyway, we're gonna wrap it up here. We did go decent long today, so I appreciate Wildcat Dad and Staffordshire for representing BTW and hopping back on for our draft recap. I know both of you did quite well in the draft. So
better compared to us, better than the rest of us.
Better than the actual Battlecast co-host. Any final words from all of you, and also for Wildcat Dad Staffordshire, where can people find you all in your podcast?
Beginner to winner PvP. We have a Twitter. We don't use it. Let's be frankly honest. We're terrible at social media. Our Discord, our Spotify, Acast. We're on all the podcast platforms. The one thing I'll always say is if you look us up on Spotify and it looks like we have not posted a feed in a while, you've got the wrong feed because Spotify screwed it up.
Wait, what? What does that mean?
We've got dual feeds on Spotify and one of them stopped publishing for some reason.
Oh.
And we've tried to get it fixed and they said there's nothing they can do about it.
You can't consolidate it or anything?
Nope. But apparently it got leaked to 2 different email addresses and they said tough luck. So if you don't find it, you can always reach out to any of us on Twitter and we'll help you get it.
We also have a link tree.
Yeah, we have a link tree that has everything on it.
Yeah, it has everything on it.
Yeah. All right.
I mean, hey, if you're in Pittsburgh, come say hi. I'll be there.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Check out
Maybe we'll actually stream again sometime this next season.
Maybe.
True. I've been on a couple of those before in the past too. It was mostly with Dino. So, but yeah. All right. Cool. Awesome. Any final words from Kaz and Steve?
I wish my cat would settle down.
Hey, justice for Mittens. Blaming the tech issues on Mittens when it was just those darn humans this whole time.
He was legitimately stepping on my keyboard last time because he always starts to get really frustrated with how long I'm not paying attention to him. Oh my gosh, come here, silly baby.
Yeah.
Hey,
the scapegoat himself. Yeah.
Fingers crossed my suitcase arrives.
Yes, please keep us
hopefully.
Justice for Steve's suitcase.
Like, you need to just show up wearing the backpack one day when you finally get it to like make a statement. Like, I got it back. I got it back. Wait, so their last status update on this is like, oh, we're just gonna keep looking for it, but like we have no idea where it is.
Yeah,
that's. So
like logically, it's in LA, but
Yeah.
Oh, I would not count on that. They could have put it on any plane, buddy.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. 2 days later on eBay, you see from Anicor on eBay.
Yeah, it lands at Anicor.
I got another backpack for sale. No cards in it though.
Rob.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. All right. Anyway, thanks all for tuning in, and we'll catch you on the next episode. Peace out.
Bye.